Or should I wait?
Yes, Mataji, now you can
Yeah,
start.
yeah,
because you have
yeah. It
started
is.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna. Yes. Yeah. So Hare Krishna, welcome. I welcome you all for today's session, and I seek your blessings so that whatever I speak is in parampara, and it is for the pleasure of the Lord. So yes, can anyone share 1 or 2 points from last class?
Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Yes,
If
Hare
no-
Krishna.
Mataji, in the Chatur
Shloki Bhagavad.
Chatur Shloki, the Lord revealed his opulences. And after that, what happened is Arjuna accepted him. He said that I accept everything, and everyone knows about it. And he named few sages. I don't remember everyone's name, but he said Narada and Vyasa as well. Then Arjuna also said that, but still no one can know you other than yourself. And then he went on to the last lesson that I attended was, he further requested Krishna that I still want to know more about you because I am not happy. So if you think I am worthy, no, the word was qualified. If you think I am qualified, please tell me more about you. So the Lord says that, yes, I will tell you more about it, but my opulences are unlimited. So I will tell you the few prominent ones. So this is where Mataji stopped last, and she said that in the next lessons we will learn about that.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna,
Yes.
Mataji.
Yes, thank you so much, Mataji. So, as Mataji correctly said, we saw in the first section of this 10th chapter, 1 to 7 verses, that how Krishna is the source of everything, and 8 to 11, as Mataji said, it is Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. It is pure bhakti, essence of Bhagavad Gita. So, how many of you are interested in by-hearting the shlokas? You can raise. Okay. So those who are interested, please try to by heart this Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. Only 4 shlokas are there, isn't it? And they are easy also. They are not that difficult. Anybody has by hearted by any chance, or anybody knows any one of the shlokas? Nandini Mataji, you want to say something?
I can say, Mataji.
Yes, sure.
I know the 8th one.
Okay.
Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See, Mataji by hearted this shloka. Very nice, Mataji. So same way you all can by heart all these 4 shlokas, because that is essence of Bhagavad Gita. If we at least see, not all the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, there are 700 shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, but if we remember at least these 4 shlokas, they are telling us the essence, isn't it? Because in first 2 shlokas, Krishna is talking about devotees' dealings with Krishna. Once they understand that he is the supreme personality of Godhead, how they deal with Krishna. And the next 2 shlokas, Krishna is talking about his reciprocation with his devotees, which is a great hope for all of us, for all us souls fallen, conditioned fallen souls in this material world. That those 2 verses are the hope giving for us, isn't it? So please try to learn all these 4 shlokas. Daily, if you recite once, you can by heart it easily. Sudha Mataji, how much time did it take for you to by heart the shloka?
No, Mataji, I learned this long back only. I remember this sloka.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you have learned long back, but you are not practicing. I mean, you are not saying it daily, isn't it?
Yeah, if I'm not saying it daily, right?
But still, see, some things you can remember it for always, even if you don't practice it, isn't it? So
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
say it daily, so it is very easy for all of you to you can learn these shlokas very easily. So try to learn in the next week. Maybe we will see how many shlokas we have learned. Okay. So yes, then Krishna, as Mataji said, that Arjuna was very much overwhelmed, and he requested Krishna to share his opulences. And then Krishna said, my opulences are unlimited. I will tell you only the prominent ones. Now, one may think that Krishna is himself telling all these opulences. So is he proud? Is he boasting? But the thing is that it is not like that. See, if a father has a big business and his son doesn't know about it, then the father tells him about his business, isn't it? What exactly he is doing and how he is expanding all the intricacies of his business. Why? Because then only the son will understand what his father is exactly doing. So similarly, we conditioned souls, we are children of Krishna, and he is our supreme father. And so he is telling all these things so that we can know about him and we can go back to him. That is his mercy, or that is his compassion for us. That way we should understand this point, right? Then, as Mataji rightly said, Arjuna was telling Krishna that you please tell me all these opulences. I want to hear. Arjuna is showing a great eagerness to hear about the opulences of the Lord. Same way in Bhagavatam, there is one shloka. I'll just read it from Bhagavatam. Vayam tu na vitrupyama uttama shloka vikrame yachrunvatam rasajnanam swadu swadu pade pade. So just understand the meaning of this. This shloka is spoken by sages of Naimisharanya who were hearing the Bhagavatam from Sutta Goswami. So they are saying that we never tire of hearing the transcendental pastimes of the personality of Godhead, who is glorified by hymns and prayers. Those who have developed a taste for transcendental relationships with him relish hearing of his pastimes at every moment. The words na swadu swadu pade pade, at every step they relish. They relish the pastimes of the Lord. So similarly, Arjuna is also here very eager to hear about the opulences. And Krishna is telling about these opulences by which we can, in our day-to-day life, around us in this material world, we can see the presence of Krishna. That is the most important thing. Every day, we walking on the road also, if we see something beautiful, we should understand that this is Amsha, or the spark of Krishna's splendor. Correct? So that is the that understanding we will develop by hearing about these opulences. So let us start with today's shloka.
Mataji, what is the shloka
Yes.
number just you said in Srimad Bhagavatam, the stages of
It is.
Naimisharanya?
It is 1.1.19.
Okay, Mataji.
First
Thank you.
canto, first chapter, 19th shloka.
Okay, Mataji.
Yes. So today we are starting from shloka number 20. Now 20 to almost, I think, shloka number 40, Krishna is going to talk about his different opulences, how he is best of everything. In previous chapters, in 7th chapter or previous chapters to that, Krishna talked about how he is the source of everything, how he is the essence of everything. Now he is going to talk about how he is the best of everything. Okay, there are in each field or in each category, there is one leader who is unbeatable. So similarly, Krishna is going to now talk about how he is, how that leader is representing Krishna. He's going to talk about, like for example, a dog and a lion. So we are not that much afraid of dog, but if a lion comes on the road, we are definitely fearful and we will run away, right? So Krishna is saying, I'm lion. That doesn't mean lion is Krishna and we will start worshipping lion. That is not the meaning. But the lion, how he controls the animals of the forest. Similarly, Krishna is giving him that power, and Krishna, the lion, how he control Krishna is the controller. He is the proprietor. He is the creator. He is the enjoyer of everything. So that way we should understand it, right? So who wants to recite the first shloka?
Mataji?
Yes. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji. Aham atma gudakesh sarvabhutashayastitah aham adishcha madhyam cha bhutanam anta eva cha. Translation by His
Yes.
Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I am the super soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Yeah. Can somebody read the purport?
Read Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ji, Jai Prabhupada Ji ki Jai. In this verse, Arjuna is addressed as Udakesha, which means one who has conquered the darkness of sleep. For those who are sleeping in the darkness of ignorance, it is not possible to understand how the Supreme Personality of Godhead manifests himself in various ways in the material and spiritual worlds. Thus, this address by Krishna to Arjuna is significant. Because Arjuna is above such darkness, the personality of Godhead agrees to describe his various opulences. Krishna first informs Arjuna that he is the soul of the entire cosmic manifestation by dint of his primary expansion. Before the material creation, the Supreme Lord, by his plenary expansion, accepts the Purusha incarnations, and from him everything begins. Therefore, he is Atma, the soul of Mahi Tattva, the universal elements. The total material energy is not the cause of the creation. Actually, the Mahavishnu enters into the Mahatattva, the total material energy. He is the soul. When Mahavishnu enters into the manifestal universes, he again manifests himself as a super soul in each and every entity. We have experienced that the personal body of the living entity exists due to the presence of the spiritual spark. Without the existence of the spiritual spark, the body cannot develop. Similarly, the material manifestation cannot develop unless a supreme soul, Krishna, enters. As stated in the Subala Upanishad, Prakritya Adi Sarva Bhutana Yami Sarva Sheshacha Narayanaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is existing as a super soul in all manifested universes. The three Purusha avatars are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. They are also described in the Satvata Tantra. Vishnu Stutini Rupani Purushakyanya Atho Viduhu. The Supreme Personality of Godhead manifests three features as Karandokshaya Sai Vishnu, Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, and Shirodakshayi Vishnu. In this material manifestation, the Mahavishnu, Karanodakshayi Vishnu, is described in the Brahma Samhita. Ya Karanyo Nava Jale Bhajati Sma Yoga Nidram. The Lord Krishna, the cause of all causes, lies down in the cosmic ocean as Mahavishnu. Therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the beginning of this universe, the maintainer of the universal manifestation, and the end of all energy. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So those almost around 80 opulences Krishna is going to talk now. So you can just mark on your Bhagavad Gita, or you can just note down. Then you can count at the end of the chapter how many opulences Krishna spoke about. So first he is saying, Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhuta Shayastitaha. Aham Adishcha Madhyamcha Bhutanam Anta Evacha. So Aham Atma, that means I am the super soul in every of all living entities. We know that there is soul and super soul is superior. He is Krishna is expanding himself as super soul in everyone's heart, that we know. So this super soul gives us knowledge, gives us remembrance, and also forgetfulness. He is the permitter, he is the dictator. And he is present in every atom. And we know that three Purusha avatars, Krishna expanded as three Purushas, Karanodakshai Vishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and Kshirodakshai Vishnu. So Karanodakshai Vishnu, from the pores of his body, innumerable, millions and millions of universes are being generated. And Garbhodakshai Vishnu enters into each universe. So he is super soul of that universe. And Kshirodakshai Vishnu, he is present as Paramatma in all living entities within that universe. So these are the three Vishnus. And then Krishna is saying Aham Adihi, Aham Madhyam, and Aham Anta. Bhutanam Anta Evacha. So as Mahavishnu or Karanodakshai Vishnu, he creates millions and millions of universes. He maintains them. As Krishna says, Mayadhyakshena Prakritihi Suyate Sa Characharam. So that Prakriti, with the help of Prakriti, he is giving us everything, food, grains, spices, cereals. And then at the end, he annihilates everything by Pralaya. So everything is happening under his guidance, his direction, and through his energies. Right? Then let's go to the next shloka.
Here it is said that in this material manifestation, the Mahavishnu and the Brahma Samhita says that the Supreme Lord Krishna, the cause of all, lies down in the cosmic ocean as Mahavishnu. The ocean means here the world, no, Mataji?
No,
cosmic ocean.
Ocean means actually there are oceans that like Garbhodakshay Vishnu, he lies in that Garbhodaka ocean. Karanodakshay Vishnu lies in Karana ocean. Okay, so they are called as Karanodakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay, Kshirodakshay. Okay, so they are lying in that ocean and he is creating the universes from the pores of his body.
So it means only the ocean only.
Yeah.
Okay, Mataji. Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes. Yes. Who wants to recite?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Can I recite?
Yes, Mataji.
Adityanamaham Vishnu Jyotisham Raviranshumam Marichir Marutamasmi Nakshatranamaham Shashi. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. And among the stars, I am the moon. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. There are 12 Adityas, of which Krishna is the principal. Among all the luminaries shining in the sky, the sun is the chief, and in Brahma Samhita, the sun is accepted as the glowing eye of the Supreme Lord. There are 50 varieties of wind blowing in space, and of these winds, the controlling deity, Marichi, represents Krishna. Among the stars, the moon is the most prominent at night, and thus the moon represents Krishna. It appears from this verse that the moon is one of the stars. Therefore, the stars that twinkle in the sky also reflect the light of the sun. The theory that there are many suns within the universe is not accepted by Vedic literature. The sun is one, and as by the reflection of the sun, the moon illuminates, so also do the stars. Since Bhagavad Gita indicates herein that the moon is one of the stars, the twinkling stars are not sun, but are similar to the moon. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Again, Krishna is saying, Adityanam Aham Vishnu. So there are 12 Adityas, and of them, he is Vishnu. So here it is referring to Vishnu means Vamana Dev has appeared. Vamana Dev appeared as Aditya, one of the 12 Adityas, the youngest Aditya, correct? And he is incarnation of Vishnu. So Krishna is saying that Adityanam Aham Vishnu means he is talking about Vamana Avatar, right? And then Jyotisham Ravihi Anshuman. of the luminaries, I am a radiant sun. So now there are so many luminaries in the sky, but nobody is as bright as the sun. Nobody, the other luminaries, they give light only for short duration, but sun, we know that when the sun rises in the sky, all other luminaries, they just vanish. They cannot, stand before the light of the sun. And since so many millions and millions of years, sun is giving us the light. There is not a slight change or difference in his giving the light, isn't it? He is giving the same effulgent light to in this universe, isn't it? And it is giving it in a very balanced way. He is not, the sunlight is not burning anything, or nothing is very much cooled because sunlight is not there. Please mute yourself. So he is giving the light in such a balanced way that life goes on smoothly in this material world. This way sunlight is amazing. And yes, and then we also know that videographers or photographers, they may have so many lights in their studio, but whatever they whenever they shoot the videos in bright sunlight, that those are always very beautiful. Correct? So that is the and so Krishna is saying that among all luminaries with shining in the sky, sun is the chief, and I am that sun. That doesn't mean that sun is Krishna, but sun gets power from Krishna, that we should understand. So whenever we look at sun, we should understand that this is the power of Krishna. We are seeing such shining sun in the sky. Then he is saying, Marichir Marutam Asmi. There is a story of Diti and Kashyapa Muni. So Diti's sons were Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, and they were killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So she wanted a son who will kill the demigods. Okay, and so she went to Kashyap Muni, and she told him that, give me a mantra by which I will get a son which will kill the demigods. Please mute yourselves. And Kashyapa Muni.
There was some glitching. Who is she? Who went to?
What?
Just now you started the story, this lady.
Yeah,
she?
Diti,
okay.
and Kashyapa Muni.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Mother.
And then Kashyapa Muni was saying that there is no need of such thing, but she so much insisted that he gave her a difficult, vrat, or he asked her to follow a difficult penances, tapasya, austerity. And he told her that if you can't fulfill the rules or conditions of this vow, then your son will become brother of Indra. She wanted to kill Indra. So one day, what happened? She didn't fulfill the rules of tapasya. It was so tiring. The vow was so strict, and she was really tired, and she neglected, and she did not wash her hands, feet and mouth after eating, after having prasad. And so by that, what happened is her tapasya was not up to the mark, and Indra took this chance, because Indra came to know that she wants a son who is going to kill me. So when she could not follow it properly, Indra entered her womb, and he cut the he cut that garbha into 7 pieces, and they became 7 children, and they were crying, and Indra was telling them Maruda, okay, means don't cry, but they were crying, and Indra then again cut each one of them into again 7 pieces. So such way there were 49 children now. And they were telling Indra that we are nothing but your brothers only. Why are you killing us? And then Indra understood that that they are, because she could not fulfill the conditions or the rules of the vow properly. All these children, they became brothers of Indra, and then of them, Indra was then pacified. And of these Maruts, Marichi is the special one. So Krishna is saying, Marichir Marutam Asmi. So from those Maruts, I am Marichi. And then he's saying, Nakshatrana Aham Shashi. Of the stars in the sky, I am moon. Because the other stars in the sky, they cannot emit light as moon. Moon is the chief, or he is the leader of all stars. So Krishna is saying that I am the leader in everything. I mean, so he's saying I am the moon among in the night sky. Yes. So let's go to the next shloka. Yeah, who wants to recite?
Recite, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Vedanam samavedosmi, devanam asmi vasava, indriyanam manaschasmi, bhutanam asmi chetana. All closes Prabhupada ki jai. Of the Vedas, I am the Samaveda. Of the demigods, I am Indra, the king of heaven. Of the senses, I am the mind. And in living beings, I am the living force, consciousness. Thank you, Mataji.
Mataji, read the purport also. It is small.
Yeah, okay. The difference between matter and spirit is that matter has no consciousness like the living entity. Therefore, this consciousness is supreme and eternal. Consciousness cannot be produced by a combination of matter. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Vedanam Samavedosmi. So, of the Vedas, I am Samaveda. Samaveda contains verses which can be sung very beautifully. And so all the Brahmanas, they appreciate Samaveda a lot because you can sing it nicely. The other Vedas, they do have verses, but they are kind of prose verses. But this is all poetry. Samaveda Ruchas they call it as. So they are very beautifully we can sing them. So Krishna is saying Vedanam Samavedosmi, Devanam Asmi Vasavaha. Vasavaha means Indra, the king of heaven. So among the demigods, I am the king of heaven, who is Indra. Indriyanam Manaschasmi. Of all the senses, I am the leader of the senses. Who is the leader of the senses? Mind. I am the mind. The senses like Shrotram, Chakshu, Sparshanam, Rasanam, and Granam means our 5 senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. So of that, they all report to the mind, and they supply information to the mind. So who is the leader of them all is the mind. Mind is kind of a central hub. And you may have realized that if you are doing something, but your mind is not into it, you cannot complete it really nicely. Isn't it? If you are speaking something, but your attention, your mind is somewhere else, then it will not reach the person correctly. Or if you are taking darshan of the Lord, but your mind is somewhere else, something is going on in your mind, then you will not get the real darshan of the Lord, isn't it? All of you agree with this?
Yes, Mataji.
So,
Mataji.
yes. So that's what Krishna is saying. Indriyana Mana, I am the mind among the Indriyas. And then he's saying Bhutanam Asmi Chetana, I am the consciousness. We know that without consciousness, our body is nothing but a dead matter. So that consciousness is Krishna. Yeah. Who wants to recite?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Srila
Krishna,
Prabhupada
Mataji.
ki- Rudranam Shankarashasmi Vitesho Yaksharakshashama Vasunam Pavaka Swashmi Meruhu Sikiri Armahama
Meru Shikhari Nam Aham.
Meharu Shikiri Namahama. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, read the translation and purport also.
Sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Translation of all the Rudras, I am the Lord Shiva. Of the Yakshasas and Rakshasas, I am the Lord of Wealth, Kuvera. Of the Vasusas, I am fire, Agni, and of mountains, I am Meru. Purport. There are 11 Rudras, of whom Shankara, Lord Shiva, is predominant. He is the incarnation of the Supreme Lord in charge of mode of ignorance in the universe. The leader of the Yakshas and Rakshasas is Kuvera. The master treasure of the demigods, and he is a representation of the Supreme Lord. Meru is a mountain
Fame.
mountain framed from its rich natural treasures. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
yes.
Dandavat pranam, Mataji.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So Rudranam Shankarash Chasmi. So there are 11 Rudras, and among that, Shivji or Shankar is the chief one. So Krishna is saying, I am that. Rudranam, I am the Shankara. And Vittesho Yaksharakshasam. Vittesho means the Lord of the treasury of demigods. Who is the Lord of treasury of demigods?
Kuvera.
Kubera. Yes. So he is Kubera of Yakshas and Rakshasas. He is Kubera. Kubera, you must be knowing that he is the brother of Ravana. Means their father Vishrava had 2 wives. So from one wife's son is Kubera, and the other wives are the Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishana, and all of them, right? So he is treasure. And this Kubera, he performed lot of austerities to please Brahma, and then Brahma made him the treasurer of demigods. And he also gave him Pushpak Viman, plane. Then Vasunam Pavakas Chasmi. There are 8 Vasus, and we know that Pitama Bhishma is one of them. And of the Vasus, he is Pavaka, means Agni. Okay, fire. And then of mountains, he is the Meru mountain. This is a very huge mountain. Almost it is said that it is its height is 1 lakh yojanas, and 1 yojan is 12 kilometers. So that's so huge, and it is mountain made of gold. So that mountain is Krishna.
Is
And
that
it is-
in the upper planetary system, Mataji? Mount Meru?
Meru Mount, yeah, it is in some different dimension, Mataji. It is said that because we cannot see in our
Yeah.
universe, at least, it is in different
Yes.
dimension.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji. Thank you.
Mataji,
Yes.
Mataji, this Yakshas and Rakshasas, from my limited knowledge, Mataji, Rakshasas means like Ravan was a Rakshas, the evil one. Am I correct? Like evil
Yes.
people?
Yes.
So
Yes,
then
Mataji.
why Lord is saying like Rakshasas also, Yakshas and Rakshasas, and
Why he is saying that he is best of them also?
Yeah.
But you see, Kubera, Yakshas and Rakshasas, Kubera, I mean, that power, Krishna is talking about that power, and he's the god of treasury, isn't it? So that power is given by Krishna. That's what Krishna is saying. If you understand, like now it will come in the next verses also, Dyutam Chalayatam Asmi. So if you think, I mean, why we may have that question, why Krishna says that I am Dyutam, because because of that the whole Mahabharata happened, we can see, isn't it? Because of that Dyuta Krida, everything happened. So why Krishna is saying like that? So it is like if you want no bad amongst the bad things, actually Krishna, nothing bad originates from Krishna. Krishna is always on the good, I mean, source of everything which is good. But the other things which are the bad things, it depends on us how we are taking it. In the sense, Krishna has given us the things, but if we do it in the service of Krishna, then it becomes good. But if we use our free will and use it for bad purposes, then that is our problem, what we can say. So Krishna is the source of everything, but how we use those things, that depends on us. That way we should understand it. So Krishna has created everything because we have come in this material world, and through those things, see, every living being has certain why we came into this material world. Why? Because we wanted to enjoy separate from Krishna. We wanted to enjoy independently. So everybody has certain desires, and to fulfill those desires, no, the bad things are also there, because through those things only we can fulfill our bad desires. And that's why it is said that Krishna is saying like this, that I am source of everything, good and bad also. But that bad, the people who have bad desires, they can be fulfilled by those bad things only, isn't it? They cannot be fulfilled by good things, right? If you have a bad desire, then it can be fulfilled. Yeah, good thing will counteract it, isn't it? So it will be fulfilled only by bad quality. If we have a bad desire, it will be fulfilled by bad quality only. If we have good qualities, we will not have bad desire, isn't it? So same way, that's why Krishna is saying. That's what I understand, Mataji. I will read more about it and I will get back to you. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Who wants to recite the shloka?
May Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Purodasam mukyam mam vidhi partha bruhaspatim senani namaham skandaha sarasamasmi sagaraha. Translation by Sri Bhakti Vedanta Prabhu Prabhupada ki jai. Of priests, O Arjuna, know me to be the chief, Bruhaspati. Of general, I am Kshatriya, and bodies of water, I am the ocean. Purport. Indra is the chief demigod of the heavenly planets and is known as the king of the heavens. The planet on which he reigns is called Indraloka. Bruhaspati is Indra priest. And since Indra is the chief of all kings, Bruhaspati is the chief of all priests. And as Indra is the chief of all kings, similarly, Skanda or Kartikeya, the son of Parvati and Lord Shiva, is the chief of all military commanders. And of all bodies of water, the ocean is the greatest. These representations of Krishna only give hints of his greatness. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Again, here Krishna is saying, Purodhasamcha mam mukhyam ma vidhi partha bruhaspati. So who is the priest of demigods? Is Bruhaspati. Krishna is saying, I'm that chief Bruhaspati, and of generals, Kartikeya, the son of Shiva and Parvati. Kartikeya is the commander in chief of the demigods. So whenever the demigods, they have to get ready for the battle, Kartikeya makes all arrangements for their army and all, because he is commander in chief. Krishna is saying, I am that Kartikeya. And then Sarasam Asmi Sagaraha. Among bodies of water, I am the ocean. We know that ocean is huge, vast. So Krishna is that ocean. So actually there is nothing much to explain, because these are just the opulences and we just have to, grasp it, what all things Krishna is saying. Okay, so you just can mark, maybe at the end, we just have to cover 1 or 2 more verses. So at the end, we will revise once again what all things Krishna is saying are his opulences. Okay. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, 1 second.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Mataji, as we were studying in Bhagavad Gita, all the capacities and the powers are coming from Sri Krishna only.
Correct.
Then even though why you are using the word as demigods for these personalities?
Which personalities, Prabhuji?
What we are now reading.
These are opulences, Prabhuji.
Yes, I do agree. Then while in classes, we used to hear the word as demigods.
Demigods are the representatives, na, Prabhuji, of Krishna.
Yes,
they are
demigods. What that word is, that word, demigod.
Demigod.
Demigod. Instead of using the demigod,
Okay.
it is used as devatas. Is it not right?
Devatas. Yes, Prabhuji, the English word Prabhupada is using is demigods. So we are saying demigods, but they are devatas, demigods, whatever it is. But they are just representatives of Krishna, that we know, isn't it, Prabhuji?
I do agree that. So we are using the word demigod. Demigod's word is not so fair as per my knowledge. I am very sorry if my knowledge is less. I will make it right.
I don't think, Prabhuji, but because Prabhupada is using this word, we are using it, Prabhuji. It is nothing like demigods. We are not giving them lower position or something, Prabhuji. Please understand this. Devatas or demigods, when we are calling them demigods, we are not giving them any lower position. They are respected as well. Why? Because they are working under the direction of Krishna. So ultimately, they are respected, Prabhuji. So you just using the word demigod doesn't give them a disrespect, or we are not giving them any lower position or something like that, Prabhuji.
Oh, Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Who wants to recite this shloka? Yes, anybody?
May I, Mata?
Okay, please.
Okay. Maharshinaam bhrigur aham giram asmi ekam aksharam yagnanam japa yagnosmi stavaranam himalayah. Of the great sages, I am Bhrigu. Of vibrations, I am the transcendental Om. Of sacrifices, I am the chanting of the holy names Japa. And of the immovable things, I am the Himalayas. May I read the purport, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Brahma, the first living creature within the universe, created several sons for the propagation of various kinds of species. Among these sons, Bhrigu is the most powerful sage. Of all the transcendental vibrations, Omkara represents Krishna. Of all the sacrifices, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, is the purest representation of Krishna. Sometimes animal sacrifices are recommended, but in the sacrifice of Hare Krishna, there is no question of violence. It is the simplest and the purest. Whatever is sublime in the worlds is a representation of Krishna. Therefore, the Himalayas, the greatest mountains in the world, also represent him. The mountain named Meru was mentioned in a previous verse, but Meru is sometimes movable. whereas the Himalayas are never movable. Thus, the Himalayas are greater than the Meru. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So Maharshi Nam Bhrugu Aham. So Bhrugu is a very learned scholarly rishi, and Krishna is saying among the Maharishis, I am Bhrugu. Then among the transcendental vibrations, I am the syllable Om. Okay, so Om ka we have seen A, U, and Ma. It is formed by these three letters, A, U, and Ma. A is for Krishna. U means Urja or energy, that is Radharani, and Ma means Jivatma, who serves Radha and Krishna. So that is Om is Krishna. Then Yajnanam Japa Yajñosmi. So we know that there are sacrifices, fire sacrifices are performed, and animals are sacrificed for that. So that is kind of violence, we can say. But Japa Yajna, where we are doing the chanting of the holy names of the Lord, so there is no violence in that, isn't it? It is, there is no need of killing animals, and it is the simplest and purest yajna, we can say, sacrifice. And here we don't kill the animals, but we kill the demoniac propensity in the heart of living entities by this chanting of the holy names. So it is very auspicious also, and it is special also. We know that there are 4 yugas, and each yuga has a particular dharma, like Satya Yuga. Anybody knows the different dharmas of yugas? Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. Yes, Satya Yuga.
Satya Yuga sacrifice, meditation, sorry.
Meditation.
Satya Yuga, meditation, tapasya. Thousands and thousands of years they used to do tapasya. Then Treta Yuga.
Treta Yuga is sacrifice.
Correct. Sacrifices, fire sacrifices. Yajna.
Yeah.
And Dwapar
Yuga is temple worship.
Correct. Temple worship. And Kali Yuga.
Kali Yuga is chanting Harinama.
Harinam Sankirtan is the Yuga Dharma for this Kali Yuga. Correct. So we have to, I mean, that's why it is said here for Kali Yuga, the Japa Yajna is recommended. Correct. So that is the Krishna is saying, I am that, Japa Yajñosmi. And this Yajna, Japa Yajna, is we can do anywhere and everywhere. There is no restriction at all. And there is no qualification also required for this Japa Yajna. For chanting the holy names, has somebody ever said that this qualification is required to chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra? There is no restriction of caste, creed, religion, nothing. Anybody and everybody can chant the holy names, and anywhere and everywhere. Though if you are sleeping, you can chant. If you are walking, you can chant. If you are sitting, you can chant. Isn't it? There is no restriction at all. Like there is a story of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he was going for toilet, and he was not trying to hold his tongue. So there was a small boy, his name was Gopal, and he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that why are you holding your tongue? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that actually I want to go to toilet, and my tongue is so he was continuously chanting the names of the Lord. So he said, it is very difficult that I cannot stop chanting if even I'm going to toilet. So I should actually not chant, but I can't stop chanting the names of the Lord. Then this small boy, he said that if you go to the toilet and if something happens to you there in the toilet, then will you not take Krishna's name? So why you are saying that we cannot chant Krishna's name in such a place? So the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood, and he actually from that time onwards, this small boy, he was called as Gopal Guru. Why? Because kind of he became Guru of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in telling him that we can chant the names of the Lord anywhere and everywhere. There is no restriction at all. So such is the greatness of chanting the holy names. And then he's saying Sthavarana Himalaya, and Himalaya among immovable things. And then let's go to the last shloka for today.
Mataji, can you pass the word again? The Om you said is Krishna, U is Urja, and Ma?
Ma is living, Jivatma, living beings. Yeah. Who wants to recite this shloka?
Is Krishna or Radharani? Represents.
What,
Represent.
is Krishna. Is Krishna, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah. Who wants to recite this verse? Last verse for today.
Chale Mataji.
Wait, Prabhuji, if somebody else wants to read, let's give them chance. Anybody who has not recited?
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes.
Ashwatta sarva vrikshanam devashinam cha naradaha gandharvanam chitaratha siddhanam kapilo munihi. Shall I read the purport?
Yes, translation and purport.
Purport, shall I read?
Yes, Mataji.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ji ki Jai. Of all trees, I am the banyan tree, and of sages among the demigods, I am Narada. Of the Gandharvas, I am Chitraratha, and among perfected beings, I am the sage Kapila. Shall I read the purport, Mataji?
Yes, yes.
The banyan tree Ashwatha is one of the highest and most beautiful trees, and people in India often worship it as one of the daily morning rituals. Amongst the demigods, they also worship Narada, who is considered the greatest devotee in the universe. Thus, he is a representation of Krishna as a devotee. The Gandharva planet is filled with entities who sing beautifully, and among them, the best singers is Chitraratha. Among the perfect living entities, Kapila, the son of Devahuti, is a representative of Krishna. He is considered as an incarnation of Krishna, and his philosophy is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Later on, another Kapila became famous, but his philosophy was atheistic. Thus, there is a gulf of difference between them. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So, Ashwattha Sarva Vrukshana. So, among trees, I am the Ashwattha Vruksha or banyan tree. This is the biggest tree, huge, and it is a worshipable tree. We all know this tree, and it is this tree can give oxygen all day. I mean, 24 hours. It is said that, and it is such a big tree that other plants grow under its shelter. Like Lord gives shelter to all living entities. In the same way, this tree also gives shelter to the tree, to the plants growing under it. And yeah, that's why Krishna is saying, I am the Ashwattha tree among all the trees. And then Devarshinam cha Naradaha. So I am Narada Muni. Narada Muni, actually, he is preacher of Bhagavad Dharma, and he is a devotee of the Lord. He came from the heart of Brahma, and he is very pure devotee of the Lord. And he is a divine personality. He acts like a kind of catalyst in the Leelas of Lord. We know that he is Guru of Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. He gave them guidance, correct? And he has that is the special position, or this is the special personality. Narad Muni is a special personality, and Krishna is saying that from Devarshis, I am Narada Muni. Gandharvanam Chitraratha. So Gandharvas, they are very beautiful singers, and the chief amongst them is Chitrarath. And Krishna is saying, I am Chitrarath amongst the Gandharvas. And Siddhanam Kapilo Muni. Amongst the perfected living beings, I am Kapila Muni. He is the son of Devahuti and Kardama Muni, and he taught the Sankhya philosophy. It comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto. he never actually, Kapila Muni, he never actually went to any Gurukul to take knowledge, because he was an incarnation of Lord. He already had the knowledge, correct? And then he gave this knowledge to his mother Devahuti. That story comes in third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So these are some of the opulences which we covered today. So that is all for today. This was today's last shloka. So we will just quickly refer from 20th verse what all opulences we saw today. One by one, can you tell me quickly the opulences which we covered? I will just tell one from the 20th verse, that Aham Atma Gudakesha, he is super soul, and he is Adi, that is, he is the beginning, he is the Madhya, middle, and he is the end end for all. Okay. Then in the next verse, can somebody tell what are the what all opulences Krishna is talking about?
Of he's from the sages, he is Bhrigu.
Okay, Mataji will go verse by verse. So
okay.
from 21st verse you can tell.
Aditya.
Aditya
Correct.
is Vishnu of light.
Adityanam, he is Vishnu. Then
And
radiant
the
sun.
sun, radiant sun.
correct. Jyotisham, he is sun. Then
Is Marichi.
from
Marichi
Maruts, amongst Maruts,
And
he is Marichi. Then
and he's the moon of the stars.
correct.
star.
Next verse.
Of Vedas is the Sama Veda.
Correct.
The demigod is Indra.
Correct.
And he's
And
the
senses is the mind.
Correct.
And in living
And also
beings
his
is the consciousness.
Consciousness. Correct. Then 23rd verse.
Of Rudras is Lord Shiva.
He's Lord Shiva.
And
Then
Yakshas
Yakshas
is
and
Kumera.
Rakshas is
Correct.
Kuvera.
correct.
And fire
and
Agni
of
of the Vasu.
Of the Vasus, he is Agni. And
he's Meru mountain of the mountains.
correct. Yes.
Then he's the priest is Brahaspati.
Brahaspati. Correct.
And then he
The
is also
Brahaspati of the
Kartikeya.
demigods.
Correct. Amongst the
And
generals,
his
he is
ocean,
Kartik.
And he's the ocean among
Correct.
the
Water bodies, he is the ocean. Then, abhi 25th verse.
the sages is Bhrigu. He shows the transmitted sound Om.
Sound Om.
Correct.
Om. He's a japa in the
Yajna,
chanting of the holy
of sacrifices, he is the chanting of the holy names.
Among the
And
mountains is Himalaya.
immovable things. Is the
immovable
Himalayas.
things, he is Himalaya. And last verse for today.
Is out of
Tree
trees is a banyan
banyan
tree.
Correct.
And of demigods is Narada. And also he is a Chitraratha.
Gandharvas, he is Chitraratha.
Gandharvas.
And
And Kapila.
Sages is
perfect
perfect.
sage.
Correct. Perfect. Yes. Thank you so much. So this way you can just, mark what all opulences Krishna is talking. Krishna is talking about each category. No? It is Gandharvas is one category, trees is one category. So he is the best among in that category. That represents the best in that category represents Krishna. So when we are looking around us, what we should understand is if we see something best in this world, we should understand that this is spark of Krishna. This is Ansha of Krishna. That we should understand. Whenever we are seeing around us, we should understand, we should have this understanding in our mind. Whenever we see something great, something amazing, if some actor acts very nicely, we should understand that this power is given to him by whom? Ultimately Krishna. That way, we can remember Krishna always. Correct? As we saw in this thing, Chatushloki, 9th verse, Matchitta Madgat Prana Bodhayantah Parasparam Kathayantascha Mam Nityam, and the next verse, Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. Correct? So they are, my devotees always remember me and they are always engaged in my service. Correct? So we are at sadhaka stage and we want to achieve that stage. How we can achieve? By taking these small steps. Correct? We cannot suddenly become pure devotee of the Lord. It is very difficult to reach to that stage. So what we can do is, we are reading Bhagavad Gita. So try to study Bhagavad Gita. Okay? Try to by heart the shlokas. Try to chant, as Rohini Mataji was saying, when she heard that when we chant, Krishna comes and dances on our tongue. So she is trying to concentrate more and more in chanting, isn't it? So when we get such inspirations, we should take it very seriously. So while chanting also, we should have that consciousness that Krishna is personally coming. Correct? That is my personal, my confidential meeting with Krishna. The word, whatever number of rounds I am chanting for that time, I am with Krishna. Correct? And then through these things, when we are looking around us, we can remember Krishna from all these things around us. The best of all, the best amongst all is power, given power by Krishna only. That way we can remember Krishna always in this world. We are living in this material world. So living in this material world, how we can remember is through all these things. Okay. So thank you so much. If you have any questions or comments, we will take.
Yes. Yeah, just a comment, Mataji. In the mornings when I wait at the balcony, stand at the balcony, I can see so many flowers, different type of flowers. So that time this thought comes to me, what is Krishna's creation? Different sizes of flowers, different fragrance, different sizes, different, it's so amazing. Also, there are so many trees, Mataji, all green. But in the green also you see light green, dark green.
Correct.
Different colors.
Shades.
Amazing.
Correct. So that is how we should, we should learn to see Krishna everywhere.
Yes.
Then we will be Krishna consciousness automatically will come in us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing your realization.
Mataji, I read this somewhere when Prabhupada was traveling in a flight somewhere, and he saw one of his disciples admiring the air hostess, and he noticed it. So he went up to him and he said, "Isn't she beautiful?" So he was embarrassed and he said, "Yes." And so he said, "So imagine if this is beautiful, how beautiful the Creator would be." Like, so there are so many things where even Prabhupada's books.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Prabhupada actually taught us how to see Krishna in each and everything. Immediately, see that consciousness we have to develop gradually, isn't it? Prabhupada, he did not chastise that disciple. He understood that he is admiring the beauty of that air hostess, isn't it? So he immediately told him that if she is beautiful, then just see the Creator who has created her, how beautiful he will be. And we are aspiring for that, isn't it? We are aspiring that we should go back to him. So never ever it never happened that he is not thinking of Krishna. Always he used to think of Krishna, and we want to develop that consciousness only, isn't it? So thank you.
He was very humorous, no? Mataji,
Yes,
Prabhupada was very humorous.
Very humorous.
Yeah, some of his speeches I used to really enjoy listening.
And the way he used to answer the great philosophers, they used to come and talk with him, and they used to discuss philosophy with him, and he always gave them very nice answers. Right?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of logic, like the logic he used to use.
Yeah. And he used to explain in very simple language. Like he never used high-fi words and, complicated things. He just explained them in a very simple way. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, you want to say something? That is the famous, that famous thing of that reporter. He asked Prabhupada that, you lived your life, the whole life worshipping Krishna and serving Krishna. If at the end of your life, if you come to know that Krishna is not there, what will happen to you? And Prabhupada said, what will happen? I will have that satisfaction that at least I lived my life peacefully, and actually I'm satisfied about it. Even if Krishna is not there, but I am satisfied. But then he counter questioned him that if at the end of your life you come to know that Krishna is there, what will happen to you? Because you have not practiced Krishna consciousness in your whole life, and if at the end of life you come to know that Krishna is there, what you will do? No, I so lived my life, I'm happy about it, right? So Prabhupada, he used to give such answers, and people
And other person,
really appreciated him.
other person becomes speechless with his answers.
Yes, correct, correct. Well, he created an impact on them. They really thought what Prabhupada is really. We can see all his dealings, with all such people. He really made them favorable, right? That is the greatness of Prabhupada. So we should be grateful always to Srila Prabhupada. Because of him only, we are in this movement, Krishna consciousness, and we are trying to develop our consciousness so that we can remember Krishna always. So we should be very, very grateful. If Prabhupada wouldn't have been there, then we wouldn't have this Zoom session and all, isn't it?
Yes,
Taking
Mataji.
Yes,
Bhagavad Gita
Mataji.
and Srimad
Yes,
Bhagavatam
Mataji.
classes.
Don't know,
Isn't it?
don't know where we would have been. No
Yes,
Krishna
correct.
consciousness at all.
Correct, correct.
Every
So we
morning,
should be-
Mataji, every morning, Mataji, after this Guru Marti, I always tell him, thank him. And I say, if you were not there, this wouldn't have happened. Krishna,
Correct,
thank you
correct.
so much.
That is really true. So we should be really, really grateful to Prabhupada for what gift he has
Yes.
given us.
Given
It is a
us.
treasure.
Yes, sir. Yes.
है ना?
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji.
So,
Mataji is much known about Prabhupada's sons. Like he had two sons. Did they also become disciples?
I don't think so. They are not into bhakti. I think none of his family members are in bhakti.
But because he was a pure devotee, they all get purified. No, Mataji?
Yes, yes. Yes, they will definitely get Sukruti.
Yes.
Prabhupada,
Yeah.
he was so much involved soul. They
Mataji?
will definitely. Yes.
It is said, I read somewhere, but I don't know if even one member in a family is Krishna consciousness, the benefit goes to all the members, whether they are Krishna
Yes.
consciousness or not. Is it true, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, definitely. They will get benefit of it. Isn't it? Because generally also we if we are not if somebody is not in Krishna consciousness, but generally we always pray for our family members, isn't it? And Prabhupada was a pure devotee of the Lord. So he definitely would have prayed for them, and they definitely would have got that Sukruti. Right? So in some or other birth, definitely they will come to Krishna consciousness and they will practice bhakti. Isn't it?
Yes, Mataji. Correct. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes. So, shall we stop here? Yes, thank you so
Yes,
much.
Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you,
Dandavat
Mataji.
pranam.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti
Koti
Vaishnav
Vaishnava ki jai.
Vaishnav
Srila
Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki
Prabhupada ki
jai.
jai. Thank you,
Thank you so much,
Mataji. Hare
everybody.
Krishna.
Yeah,
Dandavat
Hare
pranam.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. We'll stop
Hare
the
Krishna.
session. So try to by heart the shlokas.
Yes,
Chatushloki.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.